Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to play another AFC Divisional Game on January 14th, 2018. It's going to be a game between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh at Heinz Field. So without further ado, let's get this one underway. We've got the game set up, and let's play the game. Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to play another AFC Divisional Game on January 14th, 2018. It's going to be a game between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh at Heinz Field. So without further ado, let's get this one underway. We've got the game set up, and let's play the game. So alright, so I think what I'm going to do for this game, since I really don't have a preference here, of who wins this game. In the Philadelphia game, I control both the offenses and the computer controlled the defenses. In this game, I am going to, and in the Patriots game, Titans game, I did the Patriots primarily. So this game, I'm just going to let the computer play the game, and I'm just going to call the game, and we'll see how it goes from there. That way we'll get probably more of a true result, as I have noticed that the results of the other games kind of reflected the how the computer played them in real life, actually. So I'm going to see how close to this one comes to our real life game. Now the real life game has already started. So we'll see how this one compares to that as we go. So I will do the coin toss and choose the kicker receive. But after that, I'm gonna let the computer play it out, and we'll see how it goes. I may put a little bit here and there, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And there's the Steeler cheer. Let that play a little bit. Alrighty. So here's the toss. And Jacksonville's going to win, and I'm going to get them to receive. Actually, I could defer, which is probably what I should have done in the Patriots game that I played. I forgot there was a defer here. Should have done that, because that's what the Patriots usually do if they win the toss. They defer, and they get the ball in the second half. But anyway, we're going to receive. And then kick with the win. And let's get the game underway. Burnout looks outside, but is dragged to the turf for just a 1-yard gain. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Steelers are playing tight man coverage. Double coverage. It's a medium short sideline pass to Ivory. Chiquillo jumps the route but misses the football, and Ivory has it to 33. So he'll head straight out of bounds after a 5-yard gain. So that'll bring up 3rd and 4 now. Jacksonville at their own 33. Man-to-man defense, Pittsburgh. DBs are playing slightly off the receivers. Cole is double covered. Bortles looks for a secondary receiver. Lee is running the corner route. And Burns stayed with him step by step, so had no chance to complete that one. So that's going to bring up 4th and 4. So Jacksonville will punt. So it's a 3 and out for Jacksonville. Brad Nortman will punt for Jacksonville, facing a strong crosswind. And Eli Rogers will be back to receive for Pittsburgh. Short punt in the strong wind. Gets the kick away. It's going to be a high punt. Caught at the Pittsburgh 25 and heads to the sideline. And Rodgers managed to get 8 yards. So it's off a 42-yard punt. So Pittsburgh will start 1st and 10 at their own 33. So Roethlisberger under center. Mike Tomlin, the coach. Le'Veon Bell in the backfield. Receivers are Bryant, Brown, Rodgers, James, and Bell. Well, Bell, the running back, too. Double coverage on Bryant. Roethlisberger moves back into the pocket, and is a flag, our first flag of the day.
Delay of game. Offense.
Oh, and Pittsburgh's immediately flagged with a delay of game. Mike Tomlin's not too happy about that one. So it'll bring up 1st and 15 at their own 28. Jacksonville standard set, single coverage on Aaron McDonald. Double coverage on McDonald, and so he's going to throw in direction regardless. Roethlisberger throws to McDonald's in a post pattern and is broken up by Colvin. So Aaron Colvin breaks up the pass. That'll bring up 2nd and 15. Linebacker replaced with the defensive back. Jacksonville drops into soft man coverage. Double covered on McDonald. They're going to pass. No, it's going to be a draw to Ridley. And Jacksonville sniffs that one out. It's just a gain of 2 yards. So tackle by A.J. Boye. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 13 at the Pittsburgh 30. Rodgers being double covered. Back in the pocket. Draw play to Ridley. Finds a gap. Stephen Ridley used to play for the Patriots. But Yannick Ngakoue closes and quickly holds him just 3 yards. So it's going to be at 4th and 10. So Pittsburgh will have a 3 and out. And Barry's going to punt into the strong crosswind. He'll be punting to Mickens for Jacksonville. Hey, Miss Maggs is in the room here. So Barry on the punt, strong wind behind him. Barry got all of this one. I'll be right back. And I apologize. I forgot to set up the camera for Mr. Brody there. He's been waiting there calmly. Sorry there, Mr. Brody. I totally forgot about you. I get so involved with setting up the game, and I totally forgot about you and Miss Maggs. So Mr. Brody in the co-host seat. Mr. Brody will be giving his opinion and where needed here. Miss Maggs, I'm sure, is in the area too. So, all right. So Blake Bortles has it 1st and 10 at the Jacksonville's their own 23-yard line after a 52-yard punt, 8-yard return. Steelers expecting to run. They're going to key on Fournette, sending up the throw. Bortles throws a medium pass to Lee. Pass is tipped by Golden, and they're left with 2nd and 10 now. Steelers expecting a pass. Defenders playing bump and run. Double coverage on Cold, setting up the throw. Bortles looks away from Cold because of the coverage. Medium long pass to Lee, complete to Lee. And Hilton brings it down to 43, so a gain of 20 yards. So the first down for either team. Jacksonville has it 1st and 10 on their own 43. Key pass on Fournette. Bortles sets up in the pocket. Mickens on a short pass, hauled in by Mickens at the 46. And William Gay closes closely, the ex-Patriot, and knocks the ball loose. So it's recovered by Fournette for Jacksonville. Fournette has an open field ahead, but he's hauled down at the Pittsburgh 46. So a interception. Is that an interception there? I thought there was an interception here. Yeah, recovered by Fournette. Jacksonville got it back. Okay. So Fournette has an open field ahead. He's hauled down after a gain of 8 yards. So Mickens gets 3 yards, and Fournette gets 8, so it's 11 yards. And in Jacksonville, first down, has it 1st and 10 at their 46. So they were lucky to recover their own fumble there. So standing defense for Pittsburgh, two defenders on Cole. Bortles has the ball and rolls out. Going to pass. Sticks with his primary target. Cole is running a deep crossing pattern just off his fingertips. So they'll make it 2nd and 10. So extra DBs inserted by Tomlin. But all of them are playing well off the receivers. Double coverage on both Cole and Lee. Ball is snapped. It's going to be a run by Fournette. And he's knocked out of bounds after a gain of 3. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 7 at the Pittsburgh 43. So not quite in field goal territory yet. So Pittsburgh tied up on the receivers. Lee is being double covered. Bortles going to pass. Throws to Westbrook on a post pattern, and it's incomplete. So that'll bring up 4th and 7, and Jacksonville will be forced to punt. 4th and 7. Pittsburgh watching for the fakes. So Rodgers back on the return. Snap to Nortman. Kick is in the air. And Norton hoping to drop it inside the 10. It rolls dead at the 19 though. So didn't quite get the distance on it. So just a 24-yard punt, and Pittsburgh will have it 1st and 10 at their own 19. So Roethlisberger back out there again. Jacksonville up tight on the receivers. Looks like they might be blitzing here. There comes the blitz. Medium short sideline pass to McDonald. McDonald has it at the 26, and Smith pushed him out of bounds at the 32. So a 1st down after a gain of 13. So 1st and 10 at their own 32. All-purpose defense for Jaguars. Linebacker expects Bell to carry the football. Medium short pass to Rodgers. Complete to Rodgers. Tackle at the 42. And they're going to measure. It's close to 10 yards. And they're stopped just short. So it's going to bring up 2nd and a short 1 at the Pittsburgh 41. Jacksonville's expecting the run. Bell is being keyed. It's a run by Bell. And they read it all the way and nails it for no gain. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Bet he might even lost a half a yard on that one. Short yardage formation, 3 tight ends. Goal defense for Jacksonville, expecting Bell to carry the ball. Hand off to Bell. He's hitting the backfield for a loss of 1. So Jacksonville is able to stop Pittsburgh here. It's going to be at 4th and 2 at their own 40, so Pittsburgh will be forced to punt. So great defense by the Jaguars. So Jordan Berry back to punt for Pittsburgh. Mickens on the return. Jackins are lined up to play for a good return. Low snap to Berry, bobbles it. Plenty of time to get back there. High punt. Mickens catches the ball at the Jacksonville 18. Gets the edge. He's over his 20. 30. 40. And he's tripped up at the Pittsburgh 48 after a excellent return of 34 yards. So Jacksonville was set up in Pittsburgh territory at the Pittsburgh 48, 1st and 10. So Jacksonville with the short field here. Standard defense for Pittsburgh. They're going to run key on Ivory. The ball is snapped to Bortles. Drops back to pass. Medium short pass to Ivory. Ivory makes the catch at the 42. Allen closes quickly and holds him to the 12 yards. But it's enough for a 1st down. So they'll be at 1st and 10 at the 36, almost in the field goal territory. Well, that would be a very long field goal from here. It would be a 53-yard field goal from here, so I'd like to get at least a little closer, but Jacksonville's thinking touchdown here. All-purpose defense hits for coverage on Lee. Fournette on the run. Hayward gets a great penetration and brings Fournette for a loss of 1. So they'll bring up 2nd and 11. All-purpose defense for Pittsburgh. Run key on Yeldon. Medium short sideline pass to Yeldon. Complete the Yeldon over the 30. Nice move at the 20. And he's knocked out of bounds by Mitchell at the 16. Ooh, flag on the play, though, after a 21-yard gain.
Foul. Defense.
Personal foul, so that's going to be tacked on to after. So we're going to accept that one. Yeah, into the play. As they're inside the 20, it's going to be half the distance to the goal. So we'll accept that one. So Jacksonville will have it 1st and 10 inside the 10. 1st and goal at the Pittsburgh 8. All right. See what Jacksonville has in mind here. Bump and run coverage for Pittsburgh. They try to put pressure on Bortles. Single coverage on everyone but Lee. Give us to Ivory. And Ivory to the sideline. And he'll score a touchdown. So Ivory in with the rush. His first rush of the day. And Jacksonville takes a early 6-0 lead, barring the extra point. So let's see what happens here. Oh, only 80% chance though, so there's a chance he could miss here. On its way. And it's no good. I don't know if we called it there, but that's the way the Tennessee-New England game started. So it's going to be a 6-0 lead after the missed extra point by Jacksonville. That could come back to bite them. We'll see. So Myers will kick it off. Smith, Schuster, and Tuziant back deep for Pittsburgh. Fields it. Smith, Schuster fields it to 13, and Schuster gains 10 yards before going down. So it'll be 1st and 10. But Pittsburgh at their own 23, down by 6. Jacksonville expecting the run. Keon Bell. Roethlisberger going to pass. Brown is intended receiver on a medium pass, and is a flag on the play. And it's tipped by Gibson and falls incomplete. Let's see what the flag is.
Pass interference. Offense.
Oh, offensive pass interference. So that'll back up Pittsburgh. And accept that one, push him back. So it's going to be 1st and 20 now at the 13. 4 minutes 36 seconds left in the opening quarter. Roethlisberger taking his usual drop, medium short pass to Bell. Hauled in at the 17. And quickly hauled down by Smith after a gain of just 4 yards. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 16. Double coverage on both Brown and Hunter. Roethlisberger throws a quick toss to Bryant. Pulled down to 19, past the 20, past the 30, past the 40. He's got room. Only one man to beat. And he's brought down by Boye at the 46. So Boye saved a touchdown there. But it's a gain of 29 yards. So it'll be 1st and 10 Pittsburgh at the 46. Only had one man to beat. So neutral formation for the Jaguars. Double coverage on James. Here's the snap. Roethlisberger taking his usual drop. Medium sideline pass to Brown. Beautiful catch by Brown at the 44 of Jacksonville. It's pushed out of bounds after a 10-yard gain. Let's see if they get the first down as they measure for it. So Pittsburgh on the move here. 1st and 10 in Jacksonville territory now at the 44. Tight man-to-man coverage by Jacksonville. Keying on Bell at run. Roethlisberger drops back to pass. It's a draw. Bell has the ball. Good push by the offensive line, and Bell gains 6 yards. So that makes it 2nd and 4 at the Jacksonville 38. Jaguars affecting the pass. Defenders playing bump and run. Watching Bell for a possible pass. Ball snapped to Roethlisberger. Drops back to pass. Brown running a corner route. Complete to Brown. And Thompson pushed him out to 13 after a gain of 25 yards. So another first down for Pittsburgh. 1st and 10 deep in the red zone now at the Jacksonville 13. Jacksonville in the neutral. Oh, it's a flag on the play. Run key to Ridley. And plays blown dead as it's a false start on Pittsburgh. So that'll back him up to the 18. So that'll be 1st and 15 now at the 18. Standing man coverage by Jacksonville. Double coverage on Bryant. So if you're going to throw towards Bryant anyway. Quick toss to Bryant. Bryant makes the grab at the 18. But after a gain of only 3 yards. So that brings up 2nd and 12 as we near the end of the first quarter. Time for one more play. Bell on the run. Heads towards the sidelines. Cuts upfield for a nice run of 6 yards. And Smith makes that play at the 9. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 as we end the first quarter. So after one quarter, it's Jacksonville 6 and Pittsburgh nothing. But Pittsburgh on the move here. They'll have it 3rd and 6 at the Jacksonville 9. Jags are showing blitz. End up in standard defensive set. Bell being keyed for the pass. Roethlisberger sets up in the pocket. Boye is blanketing Simon Schuster. Roethlisberger looks for a new target. Quick pass to Brown towards the sidelines, and it falls incomplete. Blanketed by Miles Jack on that pass. So Pittsburgh is going to bring out the field goal team. Go for a field goal here. As it's 4th and 6. So Broswell, 26-yard attempt. He's automatic from here. First kick of the day. It's in the air. And it's good. So Pittsburgh cuts the Jacksonville lead in half. It's now 6-3. As the Pittsburgh fans start cheering their score. They were hoping for more, but they'll take the 3 for now. Boswell back to kick off. Bryant deep for Jacksonville. As we start the second quarter. Corey Grant at Jacksonville 4. And he'll get a 28-yard return on that one. So a nice return by Grant. So Jacksonville sets up shop. 1st and 10 at the Jacksonville 32. Standard defense for Pittsburgh. Run key on Fournette. And give us to Fournette. There's a flag on the play. Fournette is made immediately by Hargrove for a 1-yard loss. See what the flag is.
Offense.
Ooh, it's going to be holding on the offense. So that'll back up Pittsburgh. Jacksonville, sorry. I just forgot we changed sides of the field with the quarter changing. So Jacksonville is now going right to left, which is one of the things I did notice in the update, is that they change after each quarter, which is a nice feature. Still no animation in the field, but that's okay for now. It's progress there, so hopefully we'll get some animation in it. Maybe in one of the... Oh, and I'm actually watching the actual game. And it looks like Pittsburgh just blocked the Jacksonville punt. All right. So Jacksonville has it 1st and 10 on their own 32. And we're going to accept that penalty. Oops. Actually, that'll bring them back. So it'll be 1st and 20 at the 22. So defensive backs in tight coverage. Safety is doubling up on Cole. Shatley snaps the ball. Hand off to Fournette. Fournette is brought down at the 26 by Hayward. So a 4-yard gain. So that'll bring up 2nd and 16. See what they do now. Pittsburgh in a standard set. Double coverage on Lee. Fournette gets the call. Fournette pops it outside for 5 yards. So they getting it back in chunks. That'll make it 3rd and 11. So Tallman expects a pass. Set extra DBs in to help over the top. At the corners, bump and run coverage. Double coverage on both Cole and Lee. Bortles looks away from Cole because of the double coverage. Lewis is running a square out. Grabbed by Lewis at the 39, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 42 after a gain of 11 and a 1st down. Oh no, it's not going to be enough as a measure, and it's just not enough. And they're going to have to punt because they're at the 41-yard line in their own territory. So Nortman back to punt. Antonio Brown back on the return. Gets the kick away. Punt is sailing. Perfect punt by Nortman. Brown signals for a fair catch. Bobbles it slightly. And hangs on to Pittsburgh 8. So 51 yards on the punt. Pittsburgh will take over in their own territory, starting from their own 8. So Pittsburgh sets up shop, and they're deep in their own territory, down 6-3. Bump and run coverage, normal coverage on McDonald. Roethlisberger drops back to, it's going to be a draw. Touzant with the draw. And Patman makes the play after a gain of just 1. So they did not fool Jacksonville on that one. So they'll bring up 2nd and 9 at the 9. Safety double covering James. They're going to throw. Simon Schuster running a medium-long crossing pattern. Ball thrown into a crowd. Ball off the hands of Simon Schuster at the 30. Deflects near Bowie, who tips it again, and Schuster has it. Simon Schuster is able to get it after the tip. And Bowie brings him down to 33. But not before. It's a gain of 24 yards and a Pittsburgh 1st down. So Pittsburgh lucky on that one. Lucky it wasn't picked off. Instead, it works as a completion. So 1st and 10 at the 33. So pass Keon Bell. Roethlisberger gets a snap, back in the pocket, hands off to Bell. Knocked off balance. He stays on his feet, though. He's driven out of bounds at the 43. So a good gain of about 10 yards. Let's see. Chains are coming out to measure. And they're just short. So 2nd and 1 coming up for Pittsburgh at their own 42. Jacksonville stopped them last time when they reached this part of the field. See if they can do again. The ball snapped to Roethlisberger. He drops back to pass, and there's a flag. And false start on Pittsburgh, so that'll back them up. That's going to make it 2nd and 6. Pittsburgh with the ball at their own 37 now. Jacksonville has a standard set. Watching Nix for the run. Roethlisberger drops back to pass. It's a draw again. Nix has the ball. And Jacksonville again reads it well and drops him for a loss of 2. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 8 now. Pittsburgh going the wrong way here. So watching the Bell for a pass. Single coverage on him about Bryant. Ramsey blankety Brown. Roethlisberger looks for a new target. Roethlisberger sets and fires a medium short pass to Rodgers. And it's hauled in at the 39. After a gain of 6, and they're going to be 2 yards short of that first down. So Barry back to punt for Pittsburgh. On the Pittsburgh 41. Mickens back on the return. So score remains 6-3 Jacksonville. Coach is yelling at Barry from the sidelines. And punt should be either out of bounds or short or high. High end over unkicked is down at the 22. After a punt of 37 yards. So Jacksonville will have it 1st and 10 at their own 22. Up 6-3. Defense playing for the pass. DB is close to shut down the short pass. Safety double covering Cole. Ivory has the ball. Ivory is pushed out of bounds by Ryan Shazier at the 30. But not before a gain of 8 yards. So it brings up a 2nd and 2. Run defense for Pittsburgh. And run by Fournette. Fournette's tipped up at the 30. And he gets nothing on the play. So it'll be 3rd and 2. On the 3rd. Alright, Pittsburgh is standard set. Double coverage on Cole. Run by Fournette. Fournette manages to turn the corner. Speedy defense holds him to just 2 yards, though. But is it enough? And it looks like it is. It's going to be 1st and 10. Alright, so it'll be 1st and 10. Jacksonville on their own 32 after the first down. Run defense for Pittsburgh, expecting Fournette to carry the ball. Fournette is the ball carrier. Fournette gets back to the line, and that's it. So no gain there. So that brings up 2nd and 10. So Fournette being keyed for the run. Here's a snap, run by Bortles, brought down near the sideline by William Gay. After a gain of 6, so it's going to bring 3rd and 4. Standard man-to-man coverage by the Steelers. Steelers are calling for a full blitz. Bortles back to pass. Throws a medium pass to Heinz, broken up by Davis. So it's going to be another 4th down. And Jacksonville will be forced to punt. The defenses came to play today, as it's just 6-3 with 6 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Brown back to receive for Pittsburgh. Kick is in the air. It's a beautiful punt. And it's going to be... Brown has it at the 8. And he gets a good block. And brought down at the 18 after a gain of 10. So 54 yards on the punt by Nortman. So Pittsburgh will have it 1st and 10 at their 18. Roethlisberger back out. Jacksonville 8 men in the box, expecting Ridley to get the handoff. Roethlisberger dropped back to pass, and it's a draw. Ridley has the ball. Oh, yeah, they clogged up the middle. But he breaks out of it, and he gets into over the 20, over the 30. He's finally pushed out of bounds by Ramsey at the 40 after a gain of 22. So Jacksonville thought they had him stuffed there, but they were able to get past it and for a big gain. Alright, so Pittsburgh now at their own 40. 1st and 10. Backs are in tight coverage. Double coverage on Smith-Schuster. Roethlisberger take a usual drop. Medium short pass to Brown. Pulled down by Brown at the 45. After a gain of 5. Miles Jack gets him. So it'll bring up 2nd and 5. Run Keon Bell. Ball snapped to Roethlisberger. Goes to Bell. Bell has an opening though. Nice play by Wilson. Limits him to just 5. But it is enough for a 1st down. So ball at midfield now. 1st and 10. Pittsburgh on the move. Jacksonville with a neutral run key on Tuziant. Fitzgerald has the ball. Flag on the play. Smoot shuts him down for negative yardage. And it's going to be a penalty on the offense. Legal use of hands. So that'll back up Pittsburgh. Much to the dismay of the crowd. They did not agree with that call. So it's going to bring up 1st and 20. Pittsburgh going backwards once they hit midfield again. Jaguars have extra DBs. Haywood, Bay, and Bryant being double covered. And it's going to be a draw to Bell. Gain of 5 yards. Running into Payne. Who makes the tackle. That's going to bring up 2nd and 15. At the Pittsburgh 45.
Timeout offense.
Pittsburgh calls a timeout there first. Keying on Bell for the pass. Roethlisberger looking for double coverage on Bryant. Bryant is double covered, so he looks for another receiver. And he gives a pass to Brown. Hauled in by Brown at the 48 and is immediately tackled after a gain of 3. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 12. So Jacksonville playing tight man-to-man coverage. All out blitz by Jacksonville. And they picked the right time. Roethlisberger doesn't have much time, and he's sacked by Campbell for a loss of 9. As we reach the 2-minute warning, it's going to be 4th and 21. Pittsburgh all the way back to their 49. So once Pittsburgh hits midfield, they start going backwards. They hit a wall and cannot go anywhere from there. So we're right back after this break, the 2-minute warning. All right, we're back from the 2-minute warning commercial break. Jacksonville up 6-3. Pittsburgh has the ball. 4th and 21 at their own 39. Barry will be back to punt. Mickens to receive once again for Jacksonville. Jacksonville playing for a return. Barry has all time in the world for the punt. High punt. Mickens hauls in at the 23, and he gets nothing on the return after a 38-yard punt. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Jacksonville 23. Pittsburgh expecting a pass. Defenders playing bump and run, getting help from the extra defensive back. Double coverage on both Lee and Cole. Ball snapped to Bortles. And it goes to Fournette. Quickly hits the secondary over the 30. Stiff arms the defender at the 40 and is pushed out of bounds at the Pittsburgh 49 after a gain of 28. So big rush there by Fournette. And Pittsburgh will have it 1st and 10. Jacksonville will have it 1st and 10 now in Pittsburgh territory at the 49. Pittsburgh a neutral defense set, expecting Fournette to get the handoff. Setting up the throw. There's a flag on the play.
False start. Offense.
And there's going to be a false start on Jacksonville. So that'll push the ball back into Jacksonville territory. So make it 1st and 15 now. At the Jacksonville 46. As Mr. Brody comes back in the room. Chris Ivory is running a shallow crossing pattern. Ryan Shazier gets a hand to break up the play and make it 2nd and 15 now. And there's Mr. Brody. He's back after his break. And Mr. Brody, you got to get back here on time, you know. It's a 2-minute warning. We just have a commercial break. You know, you can't be dilly-dallying out there. Mr. Brody's still in contract dispute here, so he's not really paying attention to me here. He says, I'll come back when I want to. All right, Mr. Brody. You ready to call the rest of this half there? All right. All right. So 2nd and 15 at the Jacksonville 46. Shatley snaps the ball. Hand off to Fournette. Fournette turns the corner. He has blockers ahead. He's caught from behind by Fort after 10 yards. So it'd be 3rd down and 5 as Jacksonville calls their first timeout. So 1:26 left. 3rd and 5 at the Pittsburgh 44. So a big 3rd down here for Jacksonville. They're not quite in field goal territory yet. Pittsburgh expecting a pass. Defenders playing bump and run. Defense is doubled up on Westbrook and Lee. Double coverage on Borda's primary target. They're going to throw in that direction regardless. Marquise Lee on a medium short pass. Pass a little high and Lee cannot come down with it. So that's going to bring up 4th and 5. So Jacksonville is going to punt here. Brown back for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has 2 of their 3 timeouts left. So Nortman aiming for the sidelines, and it goes out of bounds at the 3 after a punt of 1 yard. So a great coughing corner kick there. Pittsburgh will set up shop deep in their own territory. At their own 3. All-purpose defense for Jaguars. McDonald being double covered. Roethlisberger looks downfield for Bryant. Underthrown by Roethlisberger and seemed to hold up in the wind there. So let's make it 2nd and 10. Jacksonville neutral defense. Single coverage over Brown. Hand off to Bell. Bell breaks through for a gain of 7 yards. So the Pittsburgh has a little breathing room now. So Jacksonville calls their 2nd timeout. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 3. So a big 3rd down here. Safety cover, double covering on Brown. Gives it to Bell. Bell gains 7 yards. So that'll make it a 1st down. Pittsburgh lets the time run down. Just 13 seconds left. Pittsburgh content with letting the clock run out. Roethlisberger takes a knee. And that'll bring up halftime now. So at halftime, it's Jacksonville 6 and Pittsburgh 3. And we'll be right back. The start of the 2nd half. All right, let's check out the stats here at halftime. So at halftime, for Jacksonville, Blake Bortles was 6 for 13 for 71 yards. Fournette, 10 rushes for 52 yards. Ivory 2 for 16 and Bortles 1 for 6. Receiving wise, Ivory 2 for 17 and Yeldon, Lee, Lewis, and Mickens all with single receptions there. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, Roethlisberger is 11 for 14 with 131 yards. Bell 9 rushes for 44 yards. Ridley 3 for 27. And Tuesday, Roethlisberger and Nix all with 1 carry. Well, Roethlisberger was a kneel down. For receiving, Antonio Brown leads with 4 catches for 43 yards. Bryant 2 catches for 32. Rodgers 2 for 15. And Simon Schuster, McDonald, and Bell each with a reception. So it's been mostly a defensive struggle, as you can tell by the score, 6-3. Jacksonville missed the extra point on their touchdown run by Ivory. And Pittsburgh came back with a field goal, and that's been it so far. Here are the drives quickly. All right. So let's get back with the 2nd half kickoff here, as Pittsburgh is going to receive. Jackson will kick off with the win. So Myers will kick it off. Simon Schuster and Tuesday on the deep men. Strong crosswind. Kicking will be difficult in this cold weather, as it is. Forgot what the actual temperature was. Oh, it's 23 degrees and cloudy. Wind 13 miles per hour. It's a crosswind. So the kick goes in the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh will have it 1st and 10 at the 20. I might not have put the 2016 rule, 17 rules in this one, so I apologize for that. That probably would have started it off at the 25. You know, both teams are playing with that. So Bell hitting the backfield. Hits the sideline again. He's still going, and they can't bring him down until he's for a gain of 9. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Pittsburgh 29. And after this game's over, we will do a couple of other fast replays just to give you an idea and see how the computer plays it out. Well, the computer's playing this one out. We're just playing it a long way, but we'll give some quick auto plays on there just to get something for comparison. So Jacksonville makes a stop there after a gain of just 2, but it is enough for a first down. So 1st and 10 at the Pittsburgh 31. Defensive backs in tight coverage. Jaguars bringing everybody on the play. Nick's the intended receiver on a flare pass. Nix has it to 31, hauled down to 33 after a gain of just 2. And Nix is going to leave the game with a minor injury, but should return later. So to make it 2nd and 8 with the injury timeout on the field. Expecting Bell to get the handoff. Ramsey is blanketing Brown. Roethlisberger looks for a new target. Roethlisberger throws underneath to Jesse James. James has it at the 40. And he puts a nice move on the first defender. He's brought down immediately for 7 yards. So not the same Jesse James, the outlaw. But he does kind of make an outlaw catch there. And whatever that means. So that'll bring him 3rd and 1. So big 3rd down for Pittsburgh here. This is usually where Pittsburgh's drives tend to stall out. See if they can get a first down and continue it. Jacksonville standard set. Run key on Bell. Play action pass. Medium pass to Brown. And it's broken up by Church. So it's going up 4th and 1. So again, a Pittsburgh drive stalls out between the 40s. So Barry back to kick. Mickens back on to receive. So back, okay. Ball snapped to Barry. Kick is in the air. Short punt. Mickens catches the ball at the Jacksonville 28. Didn't want to overkick his coverage there. So that's going to be a 1-yard return. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Jacksonville 29. So handoff to Fournette. Fournette avoids a big loss, but gains nothing. So it's now going to be 2nd and 10. As neither team seems to be able to move the ball early here in the second half. Pittsburgh doubled up on call. Fournette has the ball. But he gets outside here. And he isn't brought down until he gets to 39 and a 10-yard gain. They got to measure it.
First down.
And it's a first down for Jacksonville. Jacksonville has it 1st and 10 at their own 39. Run defense for Pittsburgh. Ivory being keyed on the run. Bortles gets the snap. Back in the pocket. Ivory circles to the outside. Pass is thrown behind him. And it falls incomplete. So make that 2nd and 10. Pittsburgh expecting a pass. Bump and run. Lewis double covered. Bortles moved back in the pocket. Bortles throws underneath the Ivory. Ivory catches the 43. And to gain a few yards. Tries to gain a few yards, but loses it. So it's going to make it 3rd and 7. Just a 3-yard gain there. Tight coverage by Pittsburgh. Double coverage on Lewis. Medium short pass to Heinz. Heinz has the ball at midfield. Hauled down at the Pittsburgh 49 after a pickup of 9 yards. So that'll be a first down for Jacksonville in Pittsburgh territory at the 49. So neutral defense for formation for Pittsburgh. Safety double covered on Cole. Fournette on the run. Heads to the short side of the field. Picks up only a couple there, so that's going to make it 2nd and 8. Pittsburgh 47. Pittsburgh expects a pass. Bump and run. Strong double covered. Hands off to Fournette. Fournette smothered by Tuitt after a gain of 3. So that's going to bring up a big 3rd down here. 3rd down and 5. As we're almost halfway through the 3rd quarter with score still Jacksonville 6 and Pittsburgh 3. Defense playing the pass. Watching Fournette. Fournette on the run. And he runs out of bounds to a gain of 6 yards and a Jacksonville 1st down. So this will be a very long field goal for here. Jacksonville would definitely have to get at least a little closer. Another 10 yards or so. But I'm sure they want more than that. Up by just 3. So Westbrook being double covered. Medium short sideline pass to Mercedes Lewis. And this one sails high, incomplete. So I bring up 2nd and 10. Borders looking at the double coverage on Lee. Borders being pressured up the middle. Avoids a sack and looks for another receiver. Everyone's well covered. Heads to the outside and brought down to a gain of just 1. So that'll bring up 3rd and 9. So this would be a 54-yard field goal from here. Mickens and Lee being double covered. Borders back in the pocket. It's going to be a draw play. Clears the hole for Fournette and limited to just 2 yards though. So it's going to be at 4th and 7. So, yeah, 52-yard field goal, which is out of the range. So they're going to elect to punt again and pin Pittsburgh deep. Field position game right now. So Nortman's back to punt. Rogers back on the return.
Flag on the play.
And there's a flag on the play. And it's going to be a fair catch at the Pittsburgh 7. Let's see what the flag is, though. 20 yards on the punt.
Holding. Offense.
Ooh, that's going to back them up, so they have to re-kick this one. So Jacksonville will, Pittsburgh will accept that. As Pittsburgh is pinned back in there, deep in their territory, so they'll have to re-punt it here. Brown back on the to receive. Angles the ball towards the sidelines, and this one goes out of bounds at the 9. So not much advantage there for Pittsburgh as they gain just 2 yards on that. So they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 9. Deep in their own territory once again. Jacksonville in tight coverage. Double coverage on Bryant. Going to be a pass. No, it's going to be a draw to Bell. And he is hit by Darius and falls forward for a couple yards. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Soft man coverage by Jacksonville. Roethlisberger looking to Nix on a flare pass. Nix makes the catch at the 9. And trips him up at the 15 after a gain of 4. So it's going to be 3rd and 4. So Jacksonville hoping for a big stop here and get the ball back in good field position. Jacksonville expects a pass. Key pass on Bell. Snap to Roethlisberger. Drops back to pass. Pass to Bell. Caught by Bell at the 21. Spins to avoid a defender. And caught, brings out the 20 after a gain of 5 and a 1st down. So that's going to bring up 1st down now at the Pittsburgh 20. Key pass on Bell. It's going to be a pass. No, it's going to be a draw to Bell. Out the middle for a couple yards. And they're left with 2nd and 8 now. Run key on Bell. Roethlisberger gets a snap back in the pocket. Hands off to Bell. And wraps him up for a loss. So great read by Payne. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 11. At the 19-yard line. Jacksonville expects a pass. Playing bump and run. Gets an extra defensive back. Brown and Bryant double covered. Snap to Pouncey. Roethlisberger back to pass. Flat pass to Bell. Hauled into the 21. And loses ground instead. And is brought down after a gain of just 1. So that's going to be at 4th and 10. And Pittsburgh will be forced to punt. So Barry back to punt. Mickens on the return. Jacksonville should get good field position here. Plenty of time to get the kick away. Excellent punt. Mickens catches at the 28 and loses 3 yards. Wow. So Jacksonville, hoping to get that good field position, ends up with it at only the 25-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the 25. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Still 6-3 Jacksonville. Defensive struggle here. Fournette gets the call. Fournette turns the corner. His blockers ahead. Over the 30. The 40. Over midfield. 40. And all the way in for a touchdown. So Fournette breaks one here on the first play from scrimmage after the punt. And one play 75-yard drive takes only 9 seconds off the clock. And Jacksonville, just like that, goes up by a score of 12-3, barring the extra point here. Myers missed the first one. And this one is good, though. So that'll make the Jacksonville lead 10 now, as it's 13-3, as the extra point is good. So Jacksonville leads at 13-3 now. 1:56 left in the third quarter. Myers back to kick off. Watson and Tuziant back to receive now. Beautiful kick. Lands in the end zone. No return. So it'll be a touchback. So 1st and 10 at the 20. Again, if you're watching, I forgot to set up the year of the rules up to 2017. So that's why they're getting only at the 20. So not a big deal, as both teams have. It's fair to both teams. Anyway. 1st and 10 at the 20. Defense is playing for the pass. Bell keyed for the pass. Bell with the ball carrier. So gain of 4 yards. So I make it 2nd and 6. Pittsburgh down by 10 now, as we near the end of the third quarter. Roethlisberger back to pass. It's going to be a draw. Bell has the ball and is brought down by Jackson. So they read that one well once again. Pittsburgh not gaining much on those draws for the most part. So that'll make it 3rd and 5 now. Jaguars expecting a pass. Bump and run. Key pass on Bell. James, the intended receiver. The medium short pass. And it's going to be an interception. Oh no, as Potman goes for the interception and deflects the ball incomplete. So Roethlisberger almost picked off there. So it'll bring up 4th and 5 as Barry back to punt to Mickens. So Jacksonville forces a 3 and out after their touchdown. So it's going to be a decent punt. Fielded at the 32 by Mickens. And nailed after just 1 yard. So 43-yard punt, 1 yard return. So 1st and 10 at the Jacksonville 33. With just 28 seconds left in the third. Steelers have 2 defenders on call. Bortles sets and fires a medium short pass to Lee. Hauled in by 38. So a gain of 7 yards. As Bortles looks a little woozy, but he's going to stay in the game. So that'll be the end of the third quarter. It'll bring up 2nd and 3 at return for the fourth quarter. With Jacksonville up by 10 now, 13-3. So, all right, so 2nd and 3 at the Jacksonville 40. As we start the fourth quarter. Double coverage on Cole. Bortles, primary receiver, double covered. Pass heading in that direction. Bortles airs this one out to Cole. And it's tipped by Pittsburgh at the 24 and falls incomplete. So that'll bring up 3rd and 3. Pittsburgh showing blitz. Standard defense. Cole being double covered. Lee, the intended receiver, quick toss. Pass needs to be perfect, and it's going to be falling complete. So that's going to bring up 4th and 3, and Jacksonville will be forced to punt. So Pittsburgh will get the ball back. Down by 10. High end over end kick. Caught by Rodgers at the 38. And he heads to the sideline after a gain of 8. So 42-yard punt, 8-yard return. And Pittsburgh will have it 1st and 10 at their own 26. Pittsburgh has been unable to move the ball past midfield. That ball is barely touched by, and it's going to be an incompletion. So for 2nd and 10. So double coverage on James. Bell gets the call. Bell has blockers on the outside. And Payne will make the tackle at the 37, but not before Bell gets the first down. A gain of 11. So Pittsburgh with a fresh set of downs here. To 37 now. Safety double covering Bryant. Roethlisberger takes a long look, and McDonald goes to second choice instead. Roethlisberger sets and fires to Brown. Brown picks the ball off the turf at the 41. And let's see if he has control of it. And they're going to give him the catch. But gain of 4, so that'll bring up 2nd and 6. It's going to be a pass. No, it's going to be a draw to Ridley. Ridley cuts back in the hole. A nice gain of 6 yards and a Pittsburgh first down. So Pittsburgh 1st and 10 at their own 47. Jacksonville shows blitz, and they end up in standard set. Keating Tuzian on the run. Pouncey snaps the ball. Roethlisberger drops back to pass. Draw play to Tuzian. Tuzian can't find a hole, and it's tackled at the 49 after a gain of 2. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Standard defense for Jacksonville. Expecting Bell to get the handoff. Roethlisberger gets a snap. Hands off to Bell. Tripped up by Jack after a loss of 1. So to make it 3rd and 9. So King Bell for the pass. Ball snapped to Roethlisberger. Drops back for the pass. So it's going to be to Smith-Schuster. And the pass is broken up by Postluzny for Jacksonville. So that'll bring up 4th and 9. And Pittsburgh once again will be forced to punt. And they cannot get the ball past their 48. So once again, Pittsburgh is stymied at near midfield. Too early yet to go for it. So Jacksonville's going to play for the return. Decent punt by Barry. Caught by Mickens at the 11. Breaks it free. Running room over the 20. Tripped up to 33. So a nice return of 22 yards by Mickens. So Jacksonville will have it 1st and 10 at their own 33. Jacksonville with a score here could put the game away. Touchdown anyway. We could put the game away. Bortles sets up in the pocket. Bortles looking for a pass to Heinz. Still looking. And they get him at the 32. Sacked by Hilton for a loss of 1. So that makes it 2nd and 11. So only a 1-yard loss on that. Defense playing for the pass. Double coverage on Lee. Snaps the ball. The call is for Fournette. Fournette is hammered at the line, but manages to fall forward for a gain of 3. So that's going to be a 3rd and a long 8 here. Lee being double coverage. He passes the ball. Drops back to pass. Bortles under pressure. And he's nailed by Dupree for an 8-yard loss. So Dupree with the sack. And Jackson will be forced to punt. Newton back to kick it. And Brown on the return. So it's a poor punt this time, though. And it's going to roll dead at the Pittsburgh 42. So Pittsburgh will have an excellent position at their 42, which is about where they have the issues usually. So let's see if they can do anything with it here, as they'll start off at the 42. So Jaguars have 8 men in the box, expecting the run. Roethlisberger gets a snap, rolls away from the pressure. Throws to Brown in the post pattern. And he leads Brown just a little too much, and it falls incomplete. So that'll be up 2nd and 2 and 10. Double coverage on Bryant. Roethlisberger moves back in the pocket. Medium short pass to Bell. Complete to Bell at the 45. And he's tackled at the 46 after a gain of 4. So a big 3rd down here for Pittsburgh as 8 minutes remain in the game, but Pittsburgh has yet to be able to get it much past here, so they'll see if they can do it here on the big 3rd and 6 here. So Simon Schuster facing double coverage, setting up the throw. Roethlisberger sets and fires a medium pass to Brown. And perfect coverage by Balzusny, and it falls incomplete. So once again, Pittsburgh is unable to get past midfield here. So Barry will punt. 7 minutes, 53 seconds left. And it's going to be a fake. Medium pass to Watson. And Plozitsky will break up the play. So Jacksonville will take over and down. So Pittsburgh, sick of not being able to get it past midfield, decides to go for the fake and is not able to convert. So Jacksonville will have it 1st and 10 in Pittsburgh territory. So Jacksonville with a short field here could put the game away here. A risky play by Pittsburgh. So Fournette has the ball. It's going to be a 1-yard gain, so I make it 2nd and 9. Pittsburgh tight end receivers. Cole is being double covered. Ball snapped. It's a run by Fournette. Pushed out of bounds by McCullers after lost a couple, so it's going to be 3rd and a long 11. So Pittsburgh defense needs to hold here. Pittsburgh to get the ball back as just 6 minutes and 32 seconds left. So big 3rd down here for Pittsburgh. Back in the pocket. Drop play to Ivory. Ivory up the middle. So a gain of 4. So I bring it 4th and 7. And Jacksonville will punt. Try to pin him again deep. So here's the punt by Nortman. Gets it away. And it's going to be down all the way at the 2. So excellent, excellent punt. Best one of the day here as it pins Pittsburgh at their own 2. Pittsburgh's got to be careful here, especially by holding in the defense, or they got to make sure they can get out of the backfield here with their handoff, as they will almost be in the end zone with the handoff. Well, they will be in the end zone with the handoff. So let's see what they get here. Jacksonville tied up on the receivers. Run Keon Bell. Roethlisberger going to pass. James running a short crossing pattern, and it's going to be complete to James at the 6. And they push him out of bounds at the 9. To a gain of 7. So Pittsburgh a little breathing room now. 2nd and 3. So run Keon Bell. Ball snap to Roethlisberger. Goes to Bell. Hitting the backfield for a loss of 1. So thankfully they were hitting the backfield after that gain there. Or else that would have been close to a safety. So it's going to bring up a 4th down now. I'm sorry, 3rd down. 4. At the 8-yard line. So it's going to be a pass. And up the middle for 3 yards. So it's 4th and 1. Deep in their own territory. They have to go for it here, though. But they're not. So a surprising call by the computer here is they're not going for it. Okay. Fair kick gets away. Short punt. And it's going to be a fair catch at the 46. Immediately tackle for no gain. Not a fair catch, but 35 yards on the punt. So it'll be good field position for Jacksonville. They'll start at the Pittsburgh 46. Pittsburgh down by 10. They need a 3 and out here. Pittsburgh is still all 3 of their timeouts. Bump and run, double coverage on Cole. Gives it to Fournette. Quickly hits the secondary. And it's going to be a 12-yard gain and a 1st down. So that should just about seal it off here. 3 minutes and 16 seconds left, and they're not going to call a 1st down yet. I mean, a timeout. Steelers expecting the inside run with a key on Fournette. Fake to Fournette. Lee has it to 28. Nice move. And he beats Sean Davis. And he's tackled at the 19-yard line. Oh, the ball gets loose, though.
1st down.
And Jacksonville maintains possession. So that could have been a big turnover for Pittsburgh. Instead, it's for me 1st and 10. Jacksonville at that Pittsburgh 19. So they can definitely cannot afford a touchdown here, as that would put them behind by 3 scores. Field goal they can perhaps recover from with a quick touchdown and a onside kick, but we'll see. Pittsburgh 8 men in the box. Watching for Fournette in the run. Fournette's going wide. Gains nothing. So it's gonna be, there we go. Pittsburgh uses their first of their 3 timeouts. So it brings up 2nd and 10. So run key on Fournette. Run by Fournette. Fournette heads into the line. He stood up by Hargrave for no gain, as they call their 2nd timeout. So 3rd and 10 now. So fake to Fournette. Medium long pass to Cole, and it's knocked down by Hilton. Flag on the play, though.
Pass interference. Defense.
Oh, Pittsburgh with a huge penalty there, and that should just about seal the game there. Fans are definitely not happy here at Heinz Field with that one. Automatic 1st down. So Jacksonville will have it 1st and 10. And 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. And that should just about seal it here. Pittsburgh down to just 1 timeout left and the 2-minute warning. And Fournette would drive ahead for the score. So I guess if you're Pittsburgh, that's about the best thing that could have happened right there, other than a turnover, to get a quick score there. But still, that's going to put them down by 3 scores now. And here's the extra point. Nope, Mr. Brody, Miss Mags are getting into it here. What's up, Mr. Brody? And extra point is good. So that's going to make it 20-3 now. Jacksonville fully in command here. They're going to need a miracle now, starting with this. So Schuster and Smith-Schuster or Tuziat is going to have to... Nope, that ain't going to work. They're going to have to bring it back for a touchdown, I was about to say, but that does not happen. It's a touchback. Just 2:27 left. Pittsburgh with a timeout and 2-minute warning, and that's it. Square out. Pass is broken up by Church. 2nd and 10. Double coverage on Bryant. Roethlisberger pressured up the middle. And it's going to be a sack. So Jackson with the sack. As Pittsburgh is forced to use their last timeout, I would think. No, they're going to let it go down to the 2-minute warning. No, actually, they don't. So he gets past the 20, over the 30. And pushed out of bounds to the 35. So nice play for 19 yards. As we hit the 2-minute warning. So 1:53 left. Pittsburgh with just 1 timeout left. They need 3 touchdowns here, though.
Flag on the play.
And it's going to be a flag.
False start.
Ooh, Pittsburgh shoots themselves on the foot once again. As this game is all but over. Time just hasn't run out yet. But it will soon. Brown running a corner route. Brown has it at the Jacksonville 48, 40. And hauled down to Jacksonville 30. So a huge gain there of 40 yards. That might be too little too late. Arthur has moved back in the pocket. Donald running a square out. Nothing there. So 2nd and 10 now. 1:25 left on the clock. Antonio Brown is sprinting the sidelines. Makes the catch. And Colvin rips it out of his arms and it falls incomplete. So a great defensive play by Colvin. It could have been a touchdown or close to it. So 3rd and 10 now. They're going to throw. Go to no time for that. And he's crushed, sacked. Oh, and it's a fumble by Roethlisberger. Large pileup. And Pittsburgh does recover it. But it's going to be a loss of 9. So it's going to make it 4th and a big 19. So Pittsburgh has no choice but to go for it here.
Timeout offense.
As Pittsburgh calls their last timeout. And here we go. This is going to do it. Officially, setting up the throw. Roethlisberger looking for a Schuster on a flag pattern. Caught to 21. Just nails him. Knocks the ball loose. And so that incomplete there, and Jacksonville will get the ball on downs, and that will officially seal the deal. As Jacksonville has officially sealed the deal in the actual game. So that's going to make it 2nd and 11. As he takes a knee, he'll take another knee here. And Bortles takes a knee, and that's the end of the game. As the Jacksonville Jaguars will move on to the AFC Championship game in our league against it would have been against the Tennessee Titans, but in actuality, it's going to be against the New England Patriots. So we'll play that game next week, with as the Patriots did win in real life. So we'll play the Jacksonville Jaguars against the New England Patriots. So let's check out the final stats here, and then call it a ball game. So Bortles, 10 for 21, 105 yards. Not a big day there. Fournette, though, had a huge day on the ground for Jacksonville. 24 rushes for 167 yards, 2 touchdowns, long of 75. Bortles was 4 for 5, Ivory 3 for 20, and a touchdown. Receiving-wise, Lee was 3 for 42, with Ivory 3 for 20, and then just 4 receptions by Yeldon, Lewis, Hearns, and Mickens. So not much in the air today for Jacksonville. Roethlisberger was 21 for 34. No interceptions by either team. So overall, a pretty clean game. 224 yards. And no TDs or interceptions. Bell led the Steelers with 19 rushes for 71 yards. Ridley, 5 rushes for 35 yards. Tuesday on 2 for 3. Roethlisberger took a knee once, and Nix had a loss of 2. 1 carry for a loss of 2. Receiving-wise, Antonio Brown, 6 catches for 87 yards, along of 40. Bell with 4 catches for 14 yards. Bryant, 2 for 32. Rogers, 2 for 15. James, 2 for 14. And Nix, 2 for 6. And Schuster, Gimbel, and McDonald each had a reception. So there are your drives there. Jacksonville with 3 touchdowns. Just missed the 1 extra point, first one. And each team 1 for 1 in the red zone. 2 for 2 for Jacksonville, 1 for 1 for Pittsburgh. As Pittsburgh has managed only a field goal on the day in the first half. That's it. So Jacksonville's defense held up. And Fournette, definitely the player of the game for Jacksonville. 167 rushing yards with 2 touchdowns. So let's go to the close it up here. Let's do another simulation. This time we'll make sure we... Oops, not there. Close. Add a game here. Oh, we can't add a game? Why can't we add a game? I wonder why they're not letting us... Oops. What did we do here? Oh, here we go. Just a little delay here. So, it's not a night game, so we'll just go with... Heinz Field. Jacksonville. Pittsburgh. Oh, I know why it didn't give me an option here to change the rule set. So that is why. Can they edit it though? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, looks like... Okay, here we go. See if we can edit it. Before I know I could, it gave me the option to do the rule set, but here it's not. Oh well, I guess we'll just go with this. Okay, that was the preview. Okay. Alright, let's just autoplay it. So again, in this one, Pittsburgh ends up winning 30-21. Take a look at some of the highlights here. Bortles was 12 for 20, 145 yards and a TD. Foxboro 21 for 38, 299 yards. So much, 2 touchdowns, but also 2 picks. Fournette was limited in this one, just 20 carries, 56 yards. Bell 19 for 102. Leading receiver Simon Schuster 5 for 141 and 1 touchdown. Let's do another one here. All right, let's autoplay this one. And Pittsburgh dominating 24-7 in this one. Let's do at least one more. If Pittsburgh gets this win, then if Jacksonville gets the win, then we'll play another one. All right, let's autoplay it. No, Pittsburgh dominates again, 24-3. So wow, 2 games where Pittsburgh totally dominated, kind of the opposite of our scores. So that's very interesting. It looks like in real life, it's going to be Jacksonville moving on, as they're up by 10, 45-35 with just 32 seconds left. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming with the AFC Divisional Game between Jacksonville and Pittsburgh, with Jacksonville coming on top 20-3. So thank you for joining me, and join us in the next video when we'll play the New Orleans and Minnesota game for the NFC Divisional Championship. So thank you for joining us. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye now. Say bye-bye, Mr. Brody and Miss Mags.